I just got my second dose of the vaccine and I'm ready to travel the world again. Or am I? Yeah, let's go. Is it too early though? From learning to traveling adventures, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified when I upload a video every Wednesday. Hey friends! Having traveled recently, I noticed a couple of things and I wanted to take this opportunity to share those things along with a couple of feelings from family and friends. I think it will be really interesting to look back on this moment in history a couple years from now or even a couple months from now to see what all has changed. The first thing I noticed, personal space. There still is none of that. When standing in line at security in the airport and even in some stores, these dots can be found on the floor that indicate how far away 6 feet is from each other. Maybe it's the fact that it's been a year, but not many people are paying these dots any mind anymore. Sometimes I just want to whip out my measuring tape and measure that 6-foot radius circle around me. But then I remember I don't carry a measuring tape. Maybe I should start though. And at the boarding gate, it's even worse. Everyone huddles together and maybe I'm projecting here, but it's so that they can make sure that they have enough space in the luggage compartment. For me, it's not so much that I'm concerned with getting sick because of how close people are to me. Instead, I've gotten comfortable with the amount of personal space I've been granted over this past year.
Keep your distance. Let's stay back.
Let me know in the comments below if this past year you've had to tell anyone to please put their mask on.
I don't feel comfortable telling the next person to put their mask on.
No, just get away from them.
I have not. I'm non-confrontational, so I just give people the stink eye from far away. Like, I don't want to call anyone an idiot for not covering both their nose and their mouth, but like, it hasn't really been an issue outside because you're not trying to keep a mask on when you're trying to eat on the restaurant patio or when you're trying to put a diving mask on a boat.
I have claustrophobia, or I have a condition of feeling social anxiety as it is, and many times I find myself lifting the mask, but in all consciousness trying to maintain some form of safe practice around other people out of respect.
Currently, at least for me now, it's a trust issue. The mask mandate has been lifted for those who have received both doses of the vaccine. So maybe naturally I'm a little suspicious of strangers, but if you're a trusted friend, then you come in here for a hug, because this past year has made me 1% more of a huggy person.
We actually saw changes during our trip based on that. So hotels that one day staff were wearing masks, the next day they were not.
I think it would be extremely difficult, if not impossible, to be as clean as you are at home when traveling. Everything is touched. Rental gear, door handles, chairs, stair rails, floors. I was not as diligent as I thought I was going to be with my anti-pack. I did not have a personal pack of Clorox wipes that I kept in my purse to wipe down all the surfaces before I touched them. But I also didn't lick all the surfaces, so I think I'll be fine.
I've never been worried about germs, so I'm like, whatever. The M&M falls on the floor, I pick it up, blow it off, eat it, I'm good. I kind of came up where it's like eat a little dirt when you're a kid and you'll be good for life, no germs. So I'm not a real worrier about that kind of thing.
Don't get me wrong, I love and support the test. I had to get one going into Mexico and coming back from Mexico. A lovely nurse administered the test when I was in Mexico at the resort, and she went to town. Whereas in Texas, before I went, I could dig up my own nose at a CVS pharmacy drive-through window as a medical professional looked on. Sure, the test is uncomfortable, but it's also necessary for the foreseeable future if you want to travel, so I don't mind it. Have you had to take one? Comment below and tell me how you feel about traveling now. Is it time? Is it too soon? Nothing is 100%, but I do feel tons more comfortable sitting next to other people on the plane as opposed to pre-vaccination.
Inside, you feel a little bit more comfortable because
more at ease.
you're vaccinated.
I really believe the vaccine keeps both me from getting it and from me transmitting it, and so I actually feel pretty safe.
I was very excited to get vaccinated simply because of travel. So it gave me a lot of confidence in the fact that it would be safer for me and that I wouldn't necessarily cause somebody else to get the COVID. So that was really important.
So where's next? Well, it highly depends on the country's travel restrictions. Originally, I did want to go to Banff National Park, but Canada is still not allowing vacationers to explore the Great White North. And that's okay.
We don't know exactly what the restrictions are, what's going to be allowed when we get there. It takes a little bit more long-term planning, things like that.
I am ready to go, but I do not want to have any issues related to getting back into the country. So until the U.S. says you don't need to have a negative COVID test to return to the U.S., I probably would not travel internationally.
We had a South Africa trip planned right at the beginning of COVID, and had we taken it, we would have gotten stuck because they shut everything down and just completely shut down all South African airports.
Instead, I might go to Cuba or Mexico again, and definitely a national park.
The one nice thing we have done during this time of COVID is done a lot of road trips around the United States, and there's so many great places to visit here. I figure the rest of this year, until that's all worked out, we're just gonna see the best of the US that we can and have a great time doing it.
It also heavily depends on time and money. I've got a full-time job still, so that takes up the bulk of my time. And money? Yeah, I don't have any of that. I should get some of that. So although everything mentioned in this video could change between the time that I edit it and the time that I post it, I still think it's really cool to reflect on how traveling is going and document this moment in history. Don't forget to let me know how you feel about traveling in the current times. And also, thanks for watching. Make sure to smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next week. Bye! Children though, why are they licking things? They just lick lots of things. They're like, chair, it's not gonna be tasty. But maybe that's how we discovered how chairs weren't tasty. By licking them when we were a child. You don't see an adult tasting chairs. You know why? Because when they were a child, they licked them and discovered, not so tasty. Have a cake instead. Any mind anymore. Any mind anymore. Any mind anymore.
Nice to see everybody.